Hey, I'm Carson Wentz, and you're listening to Like a Farmer.
Hey y'all, it's Pat. Welcome to another episode of Like a Farmer. Before I introduce my special guest, thank you for following along on this journey to support our farmers. Continue to listen to us on whatever platforms, whether it's Apple, Spotify, anything else. With that being said, Carson Wentz, thanks for coming on the show today, man.
Of course, yeah, excited to be here.
I'm pumped to be here too. You know, we're here in Kansas City, Arrive Outdoors. Shout out, thanks for letting us use the space today. Let's just start there. I mean, how's it been in Kansas City? You've only been here for what, a few weeks now?
About a month now, yeah. Been going back and forth a lot with my family back home in Indiana. So, yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I mean, it's definitely, it's your Midwest culture, it's your Midwest values, and that makes us feel right at home. So, just starting to get connected with people in the community and the golfing world, teammates out doing some different things, trying different restaurants. So far, it seems like a great place for me and my family.
What's been the best restaurant so far in Kansas City? You got great barbecue.
Yeah, I mean, I've dabbled in a couple different barbecue spots. There's one, Q39's super close to where we're staying, so can't go wrong.
Dude, Q39, I mean, and Winchester came on the show a few weeks ago, and he's like, Pat, you got to go to Q39. What is this guy talking about? I went. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. I've been there more than I care to admit in a month, so yeah, it's pretty good.
And you hit it right on the head. You talk about this culture here, and I know you're born in North Carolina, but you grew up in North Dakota. And you think about the Like a Farmer show, and it's like, how can we celebrate rural America in two different ways? Number one, you want to celebrate the people that are in rural America, but you want to educate the people of what rural America is, because it's a lifestyle now, Carson, and you get it. I mean, everybody's listening to country music now. Everybody wants to drive a pickup truck. Everybody wants to go outdoors and hunt and fish. Like, how was it growing up in that state, which sometimes can be like the forgotten state, the Dakotas? I mean,
For sure.
How was that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all I knew. You know, it's like looking back, it's like, yeah, that was kind of seems removed a little bit from society at times, but growing up, it's all you know. And so for me, I grew up in Bismarck. I wasn't on a farm. I grew up in the city. I was, a city kid in the big city of Bismarck.
Yeah.
Playing sports, staying busy, all those things. And the outdoors was kind of like something I did a little bit, but it wasn't even something I fell in love with until I went to college. And so I still go back and I just forget. I mean, the nicest people in the world, live up there. And it's a very gracious community. You know, everybody cares about each other, and it's a great place to grow up, to raise kids, all that fun stuff. So I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that I grew up there and get to call it home now and those types of things. But yeah, I wouldn't know anything different growing up. I've now been blessed to kind of see the world, maybe bounce around more than I had planned to, but I've seen a lot, experienced a lot. And it definitely, North Dakota definitely has a special place in my heart because of it.
That's awesome. And you talk about the outdoors, and I didn't even know that. I mean, you just seem like probably one of the most avid outdoorsmen I've got to meet so far. And it's like, you're telling me it started in college? And why is that?
You know, growing up, we went on a couple pheasant hunts, couple deer hunts, and like I did it, and it was fun. But I don't know, that just didn't like click with me right away. Like it was, I was a busy kid. I didn't sit still well. I had to be doing something. I'd rather go to the park and play baseball, shoot hoops, do different things. And, partially probably we didn't have a ton of success pheasant hunting either. So that might have been part of it. I don't know if we were in the right places. Kind of just felt like we were going on a mile-long journey, just walking through nature for a while. That might have been part of it, but I think I was just kind of immature and just wanted to, go play and do different things. And once I got to college, where football became more like a job between football and school, life was just crazy busy and all that stuff. And I had a couple buddies take me pheasant hunting my freshman year, and there was snow on the ground, and he had a chocolate lab just rolling through the snow. Came up with a bird. The bird didn't even get up. He came up with the bird. Just like stuff. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. And birds were flushing everywhere. I couldn't hit a thing. My buddy's like, oh, nice shot. And I'm like, no, I did not hit that one. Like, cheer me on like I was a little kid. And I'm like, this is miserable, but I had so much fun. And from then on, it felt like it was like a midlife crisis. I called my dad. I'm like, hey, I'm selling my Toyota Camry. Like, I'm getting an F-150. I'm ready to get a dog. They're like, we've never had a dog. What are you talking about? I'm like, I'm going to get some duck decoys. Like, I'm just going to figure this out and just do it. Like, I'm the type that's, when I'm in, I'm all in. And so everyone thought I was losing my mind. Here I am in college, and Lo and behold, I did, and we would just find ways to get out on our off days in season, or shoot. My last 2 years of college, I even set my schedule so on Tuesdays, me and my roommate, we wouldn't have class until about 11:30, so we could sneak out to the duck pond Tuesday mornings and different things. So, just absolutely fell in love with it, and I think it was just because football and life got so busy, and you're just to be out in nature and to be away from the city and just see God's creation come to life, or go to sleep at night and birds chirping and birds just whizzing by, all that stuff. Like, I just absolutely fell in love with it. And that led to bow hunting and all the other adventures that we now go on. So, the love grew for me pretty quick. And now looking back, I kind of kick myself. I'm like, dude, I grew up in North Dakota where duck hunting, pheasant hunting, all that stuff is just like as good as it gets. And I kind of took it for granted without realizing how good it was. And now I go back there, if my bye week lines up or different things line up, I try and get back there to go chase those things.
I think that's huge, and you're onto something there. And when you think about why Josh and I started the Like a Farmer show, we wanted to, when you think about the lifestyle that rural America is, and Josh from Fireball, California, me from Bartow, Florida, middle of nowhere, Florida. There's 4 pillars that really sit home in this community, we think. Food and agriculture, right? I mean, people are wanting to, where's my food come from? What am I putting in my body? Who grows my food? Sports. I mean, anytime you can just get outdoors and play sports, I just think really brings people together. Country music, like I mentioned earlier. I mean, whether it's Post Malone, Beyonce, everybody's getting country music now, bringing people together. And then outdoors in any capacity of hunting and fishing, like, and especially with you, like, you're so busy playing ball. Like, what makes you think the outdoors is kind of your stress relief? And I'm assuming it is. I mean, that's kind of getting away from life. It's being outdoors.
It's just been kind of, like you said, that stress relief, that kind of moment to reset, to refresh. That's how it was in college for me. We'd play on Saturdays, and guys would be out, at the bars until 2 a.m. while I was in bed by 11, so I could get up at 4:30 to get to the duck pond. And those types of things, and it was just like my way of resetting for the week. And then that kind of carried on into I got drafted to Philly, and the same thing. We'd have an off day every week, and it's like you'd find me in a deer stand or in a duck blind in some capacity. Even it was Philly, like we found ways to still go on some good deer hunts and duck hunts. And it was like this was my life was very in the public eye. It still is, obviously, but in Philly is a different animal. And so for me, like, it was just like, okay, I could breathe. It's like work. And, I've put everything into my job. But when I have a moment to just kind of step away, sit in God's creation, kind of reset, refresh my mind, my body, everything. And then I could full speed ahead for the week again, and then just kind of do that. And that was kind of my way of refreshing, resetting myself. And I still find ways to do it. It gets harder now. I got 3 little girls. Life's busy. We're bouncing around. I'm trying to make connections now in Kansas City to find different places to hunt. And last year in November, I went to LA. A little tougher to find spots to hunt out in LA. So still trying to find that kind of refresh, reset button. But yeah, it's definitely something that's been near and dear to my heart, and it's ultimately been a game changer for me, just because work can become so stressful if we let it. And so I have to find a way to kind of escape, to release, even if it's just a couple hours during a week. And so that's been great. My wife's been super understanding of that too, and just like, hey, you need it, like go do that. And so that's been fun.
I can tell from the first day that I met you, you're a family man first. I mean, I need everybody to know we're sitting here like 6 a.m. in Kansas City. And it's because, Carson, he's got a family. He's family first guy, which I love about him. And you said you kick yourself not growing up, how being outdoors is much coming from North Dakota. Do you think what you're doing now, you will instill in your daughters? I mean, because you talk about learning life lessons. I mean, you do that outdoors. I mean, it's the coolest thing. And it's just like, it's something that I wish more people would do, because I think everybody needs a little bit of that in their life. Do you think you'll instill that in your family?
Without a doubt. My girls will have every opportunity in the world to hunt. And I would love to take them and all those things. I will never force any of that on them, but without a doubt, they're going to be outdoors. They're going to be, get their hands dirty. It's okay. This last weekend we were at our farm in Kentucky driving the 4-wheeler, and they're like, Daddy, look, box blind. They're like, what do you do there? I'm like, this is where we hunt. They're like, I want to hunt with you, Daddy. I'm like, okay, well, you're 4 and 2, so not quite yet, but soon. And so just getting them out there and experiencing it and realizing it's okay to get dirty. It's okay to be in creation. It's okay. There's bugs and there's deer and there's birds, and like, that's great. Like, this is what life is. And like, especially the life we live. We're often bouncing around. We're, football games in the city, all that stuff. Like, I want my kids to see what it looks like to be in the country, so to speak, and what that kind of the values that you can learn there, and just kind of the oasis that it can be for people. So I will without a doubt instill that in my girls and find ways to tell my wife I'm taking the kids to give her a break, but we're going to go do stuff that we both love, and God willing, they'll do it with me as they grow up.
It's a win-win. Hey, honey, I'll take the kids.
Absolutely.
But you're going to the hunting camp, so
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, it's a win-win. I love that. You have a hunting show too, right? I mean, what sparked that? Because is it with your brother?
Yeah. It's called Wentz Bros Outdoors, so it's just me and my brother, and we both grew up hunting enough, and he was a little more into it, but it was really just rifle season, deer hunting in North Dakota. And so in college, when I all of a sudden just fell in love with duck hunting, really is what kind of started, but pheasant hunting a couple times. He got into bow hunting, and he was telling me how great sitting in a tree was. I'm like, dude, I'm not sitting in a tree. You know me. I have ADD. There's no way I'm getting into that. Well, I went twice with him, and he went duck hunting with me, and I think he found the love for duck hunting. I'm like, dude, this is kind of sweet. I arrowed a doe once, and I was just like, life will never be the same being 20 yards from a deer. I don't care if it's a little doe. And it was just amazing. And so from then on, my rookie year, we went back to North Dakota over my bye week, and we just bought a Sony Handycam. I'm like, do you want to just film me try and shoot a buck and blah, blah, blah. And I shot a little basket, 8-point with my bow, first buck I'd ever shot. And he's got it on the Handycam, edits a little video on iMovie, just basic stuff. And then this winter, we went snow goose hunting in Arkansas. I bought a bunch of GoPros. I had no idea what we were doing, but made a little 7-minute clip out of it. And we're like, this is kind of sweet. You want to? So then we bought the Sony gear, the gear I'm looking at right now. Now I know all about the camera stuff. And we go to New Zealand, of all places. And I'm literally YouTubing a week before New Zealand how to run a camera. And we're getting all the gadgets that we really didn't even know what we were doing with. And just made it up as we went and took pictures and made episodes out of it. And now we've grown a little bit, and we have somebody that actually films for us and edits for us. And, we still film ourselves some, and we just have a blast. For me, it's okay, is it a way to kind of create content for people to see what we're doing? That's great. Selfishly, I'm I just want to watch when I'm 70 years old. I just want a collection of all the things I've done in life that I can look back on. Here's the hunts, here's what, life was kind of all about. And so we keep it light. We don't act like we're expert hunters. We've only been doing it for so long ourselves, and we make plenty of mistakes on the show too. We miss, things happen. So we keep it pretty unfiltered and just hey, this is life. We don't have it all figured out, and I think it's pretty relatable. And I think my brother and the guys, they do a pretty good job.
That's awesome. I want to talk a little bit about football now. So you're in North Dakota at the time, and then you just happen to end up at a state university in North Dakota, which are they still FCS? Yep. I mean, it might be the best school ever to ever be an FCS. I mean, it's I feel like it's 20 national championships. I mean, how many legitimate championships have they won?
I don't even know. It's 10 of 12 or something.
Because when it was 5 in a row there.
When I got there, my freshman year, I was redshirting, was the first one.
And then I
won every year I was there. We won a natty.
Yeah.
I played in 2 of them, but yeah. I have 5 rings, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, that is. What sparked going there? I mean, was that your only option? Or because you played both sides of the ball in high school, correct?
Yep. So I had some arm problems coming really sophomore and junior year, so I didn't even play quarterback. I always was a quarterback, so it's not all of a sudden I just learned to throw. I always was a quarterback, but because of some injury stuff, I couldn't play quarterback my sophomore and junior year, and kind of came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, I was 5'8" as a freshman. I was all of a sudden 6'5" as a senior. So I was growing a lot. Again, kind of just came out of nowhere. Next thing you know, I'm a 6'5", 200-pound athlete running around out there throwing the ball all over. And I think just how recruiting works, most of the big schools already have their guy targeted from sophomore and junior years. And so I had a handful of FCS kind of offers and people looking at me, but really only FCS level. And so once North Dakota State came to the table, they had just I think they lost in the semifinals the year before. And I just knew they had a winning culture, a winning program, and I wanted to go compete for championships. My goal was ultimately to make it to the NFL, but it was, the offense that they ran, all that stuff was definitely part of it. But I just knew they had a winning tradition, a winning culture, and I think I made the right choice on that front. And so I went there and I was a backup, or I redshirted. Then I won the backup job for 2 years, and I waited patiently, knowing full well my goal was to make it to the NFL. But I just kept watching games, and years go by, and finally got a chance my junior year, and made the most of the 2 seasons I got to start.
Yeah, you're telling me. Anybody else on that team that made the league when you came out?
Yeah,
Because they've
good
had
friend.
some dogs come out of there.
Good friend. Left tackle for me, Joe Hagee. He had a nice little career. I think he was a 3rd-round pick. And then Easton Stick a couple years later. Him and I are still super close. Now with the Chargers as a backup. So, lots of guys continue to come out and, do pretty well for their school and represent school pretty well.
When did you know that, when you think about sports, because you went on Fran Core's podcast not too long ago, right? Which he's got a great show. Yeah. And so you played multiple sports growing up. Like, when did you know, like, hey, football, there can't be much else to do in North Dakota other than play sports?
Yeah.
So I know.
Yeah, no. I mean, I played every sport growing up. I played hockey. I played basketball. I dabbled with golf, which that was dumb to me as a kid.
Still
now I love golf.
Yeah.
But as a kid, it was like, this is so dumb. Probably because I just stunk at it. Didn't have the patience again. And so I played every sport. And I think, you asked me in the fall, I'd say I'm going to be a football player. You asked me in the summer, I'm going to say I'm going to be a baseball player. But I think as I grew up, and especially once I had the arm problems with baseball, just like football was like my love. And baseball was slower. Like, the idea of failing 7 out of 10 times and it being successful, like, didn't sit well with me. Like, and the patience that it required, like, I loved football because it was just go. And I played both sides of the ball. So it's like, hey, if we turn the ball over, we punt it. It's like, no, I'm still right back out there. Now I'm going to tackle somebody. And I just absolutely loved kind of the team aspect of it and how you're just relying on 10 other guys. And just like, I fed off of that as like a leader and all those things that I absolutely loved the game. I was the kid that brought the football to recess, was picking teams ever since I was in 1st grade. So like all of that, just football had always been kind of really my love. But I think as I got older, it was more and more clear. But again, I was 5'8" as a freshman. So I was just like, I don't know what football is going to look like. I would love to play it in college, but who knows? I'm growing. I'm from North Dakota. Like, you don't hear of many guys from North Dakota making it to the league. So people would kind of laugh at me when I said my goal was to make it to the NFL. And so by the grace of God, I grew. And by the grace of God, the right doors opened and things worked out. But yeah, football was always really my love, but it became more and more clear as I got older into really high school.
That's a good trivia question. Like, who's been the guy that's come out of North Dakota as a state that played in the NFL? Like, who's been the best one in your opinion?
I mean, there's a fair amount. Phil Hansen was a big one that played he had a good little career. He's still associated with North Dakota State football and kind of does some play-by-play stuff. And, he had an incredible career as well. So there's definitely more and more out there, but, it's not as heard of, especially in skill positions,
for sure,
so to speak. Normally linemen.
I was just,
it's like if you're from North Dakota and you're playing college
big
football
old farm
NFL,
kid.
you're some big farm kid that's been baling hay since you were a kid, and it's like, I'm probably the anomaly for the most part, but I'm proud of it.
When did you, in your mind, so you study health and physical education.
Yep.
Like, at what point, and now is that just a degree just to get by and like, dude, I'm going to league. There's nothing going to stop me. I'm going to the NFL. Or was there a plan
No,
that you had prior to?
I actually started in architecture. That lasted about 3 or 4 weeks, and I realized I was not going to be sleeping at the studio when I'm trying to play football. And there's too many things. Like, long story short, and then I was like, I think I'd love just being a teacher, being a coach, maybe an athletic director one day. That was kind of like, things would be fine. I'd never probably leave North Dakota, all that stuff. And that wasn't like, I'm going to the NFL. This is just, no. I mean, I didn't start until I was a junior, so I had no idea. That was still the goal, but I had I didn't put all my eggs in that basket, so to speak. And so, I was planning to be a teacher, a coach, help impact kids and teach kids and all that fun stuff. And, obviously God had different plans for me, but, it was definitely something I was passionate about. I don't think I'll be teaching when I'm done playing. I think that ship's kind of sailed, but that's what I thought I was going to do.
And at what point, because, you're at North Dakota State, you still haven't started yet. You're going into your junior year. I mean, at what point And externally, you're going to start hearing things at some point if this is going to be legit or not. At what point did you say, okay, I actually might be able to make the National Football League?
I'd say probably right after my junior season. So we go and obviously have a really good season. We win the national championship, all those things, and the season ends, and I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good year. I mean, I'm so like just intentional and focused on the season. Like I don't think about a lot of that stuff. I'm going to class, obviously football, and then getting out and hunting and doing things. So like I'm so focused on everything else. I'm like that stuff will take care of itself. And so after the season, my dad's getting some calls from agents. I'm getting calls. I'm like, what's like this is real. And some agents are telling me like you're first round type guy, even though the media is not going to say that. Like you're going to kind of come under the radar. I'm like, whoa, like this is. In my mind, I'm like, I just want a shot. Give me, if I can make the first 7 rounds, like just give me a shot. And so after that, the conversation with agents became real and those types of things. And so from then on, really, so after that national championship game, my junior year, the phone starts ringing, and I'm like, okay, I knew I was probably good enough, like physically, but North Dakota State, like all these things, like you just have kind of questions, uncertainties. Like I'm confident in myself, but never at that point in time did I imagine, okay, I'm going to be the second overall pick. Like I believed in myself, but I never thought quite to that level until those phone calls started coming. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be real. Like this will be real.
And that's a good leeway because I want to talk about the NFL. But first, I want to play a game. Okay? Play a game on the show. This is brought to you by my partners over at Ag America. Love those guys. You talk about maybe not even one of the best financial lender in the agriculture game is Ag America. I think they're like in 48 states right now. And what those guys are doing, and you'll appreciate this being where you're from, lending money to farmers and ranchers and investors, land investors all across the country to buy ag real estate, whether it's for hunting, farming, whatever it is. They're the financial lender of rural America. There's my Ag America plug. But I'm going to ask you a couple questions and just, right off just whatever you're thinking off the top of your head, you tell me what it is. Hardest place to play on the road in the NFL?
I'd probably say Seattle. At least when I was my rookie year playing there, they're loud, and there's lots of loud places, but they were loud like the whole time. Like throwing in completion, come back to the huddle, they're still loud. Like I can't even call playing the huddle. And that was like my first experience coming out of college, like to just an absolute different environment. And so that was just from a noise standpoint. That was tough.
Did they have, was that like when what they call the defense or like the Legion of Boom?
Yep.
I mean,
yeah,
those guys.
So it was already a tough defense to
then
go against, as like all those things. So it was very layered to that. But I just remember being like, dude, I can't even call a play. My left tackle can't even hear me, even when I'm under center. First time I'd ever used silent cadence under center. Like I was like, this is a whole nother world. And that was probably that first experience there. It made me wake up a little bit to some stuff.
That makes a lot of sense. And you would think that has to be when people are looking, okay, we're going to go draft Carson Wentz. Like, what's the environment he played in at North Dakota State? I mean, you would think that'd have to be on the list.
For sure. Yeah, and we played, Fargo Dome, FCS level. It's 20,000 people, but, you could hear a pin drop when we were on offense. That place was rocking when we were on defense. So, yeah, it was definitely, the most hostile environment I played in was Iowa State. And so that was my first ever start. And, so I didn't quite have that level that some of these guys coming out of the SEC or some of these Big Ten schools are, having exposure to even bigger stadiums than what we're playing at in the NFL.
Hey y'all, it's Pat, and I'm back to talk about my great partner, Fresh from Florida. Food tastes better when it's grown closer to home. That's why when you look for the Fresh from Florida logo where you shop, you can rest assured that you'll find the freshest, best tasting, and highest quality produce you can get. In the field one day and at the store the next, Fresh from Florida produce goes directly from Florida farmers to you. And right now, sweet Florida watermelon, crunchy Florida sweet corn, and juicy Florida tomatoes are all in peak season, which means they're at peak perfection with flavors as vibrant as Florida's landscape. So if you want to step up your summer recipe with maybe a Florida watermelon and mozzarella salad, or maybe you're ready to fire up the grill, throw some of that sweet corn on it, or maybe you're looking for something simple like a cheesy baked Florida tomato, which is my favorite, with a little bit extra cheese, obviously. Go to freshfromflorida.com to get free and delicious recipes like these. And while you're there, you might as well check out to see what else is in season and see how you can support our Fresh from Florida farmers. And as always, don't forget, there is sunshine in every bite. Hey y'all, it's Pat, and I'm here to talk about one of my favorite companies in the world, Ag America. Ag America is your go-to financial partner for all things agriculture. As the largest independent financial firm dedicated to rural America, Ag America is changing the game of ag lending and leveling up financing options for farmers, ranchers, and landowners all across the nation. And I'll let you in on a little secret. The thing that sets this company apart from the rest is the people. They understand firsthand the unique needs of American farmers and ranchers because many of them grew up on farms themselves. They take a farmer-focused approach to finance, prioritizing relationships over transactions to help you build a stronger financial foundation for not only yourself, but for your family. So whether you're looking to buy land or secure working capital, Ag America has your back. Visit agamerica.com today to learn more and see how they can help you achieve long-term financial success. Because don't ever forget, when farmers thrive, we all do.
So next question, what would be your dream hunt? You get to choose anywhere. And I want us to do domestic and international. So
I think it was always just anything in Alaska. That was like my bucket list. Just I don't know why. And I was able to last year, not being on a team. I went and arrowed a black bear in Alaska. So kind of got that little Alaska niche. Like I came back and I'm like, I would love to chase a brown bear with a bow. I don't know if I'll have the stones to do that one day, but I would love to do that. Or a moose. I mean, just the sheer size of a moose, in a spot and stock environment, being 20 to 40 yards away from those horses with massive antlers, as I call them, horns or whatever. Just would love to do one of those one day with a bow. And so I got to go on an elk hunt last year too, which was another bucket lister, but it was a very last minute. Here I am in September, still not on a team. I called some people I knew. Anybody got an opening next week? Didn't get it done, but just like that was, elk hunting is, I'm hooked for life. So that was another
all bow too.
Yeah, always trying to do bow. Definitely not the best, world's greatest bow hunter or marksman or all that stuff, but once you've done anything with a bow, it's hard to convince me to grab a rifle.
It's all of these guys. I mean, it don't matter. All of these athletes, rifle or bow. And then the best, and they all say bow, but the best, Von Miller. He's sitting where you're sitting. Von looks me dead in the eye. Pat, once you go bow, you never go back. And I'm just like, you know what, Von, that's spot on. I mean,
Spot on.
And it's just because the competitive itch that y'all have, it's like, and you're right. And if I could, I'm decent at a bow, but it's like, I'm sure I've never killed anything with a bow, but I'm sure once you do that, it's like, because you just feel, I just did something there.
I have, 10 white-tailed deer mounted on my wall. None are great. The biggest one is a gun in North Dakota, and that's still I like the other 9 better because I know what it took to actually get that done. It wasn't just like I saw him from a couple hundred yards and got it done. Like it was a cat and mouse game nonstop, and so I think that's part of it. Kind of just like you said, the competitive side of just like you're trying to beat the animal, not just put them on a wall and fill the freezer. Yeah, there's a lot more to it.
That's true. Last one. So if you're hungry, gonna go out to eat, you go on Kansas City barbecue or Philadelphia cheesesteak?
Well, barbecue for sure. The cheesesteak was fun, but I didn't dabble in too many of those. It never really ended well, never sat well. So Kansas City barbecue's been a great clutch option out here. That's pretty quick and pretty tasty.
Yeah, for sure. So that's the game. So I want to go back. Now we're talking National Football League. Yeah. Draft day comes. I mean, do you have any idea? Okay, I just won a few national championships, North Dakota State. So I know I got some game. But did you have any idea you're going number 2 overall?
I did. So I think my senior year, I go and I actually break my wrist. So Easton Stick ends up starting 8 games, and I think I'm done. It's my throwing wrist. I think I'm done in college. I'm like, what does this do for my, my draft prospects, all that stuff. Talking to my agents, they're like, no, you're still gonna be a first rounder. And I was like, sweet. And so they're like, totally understand if you just want to, hang it up for the season. And I'm like, no, like if we keep winning in the playoffs, my wrist keeps getting healthy, like I'll have another shot. And like, I don't know if everybody agreed with me, but I'm like, if I get a chance, I'm playing. Like, I don't care. The next level will come when it comes. And so I don't know. Again, I don't know if that was the popular opinion amongst my agents and everybody, but they supported me in that. And so it's funny because Easton Stick wins 8 straight games, and I'm finally healthy enough for the national championship game, and I then come back and play in the national championship. And I still give them a hard time for that. I'm like, hey, thanks for getting us there, but my turn now.
Kind of sounds familiar in something maybe in the National Football League too.
And so at that point, then I go to the Senior Bowl, and my agents are telling me you're for sure going to be in the first round. Still didn't know what that would look like. And then the Rams and the Eagles both trade up to 1 and 2. And so at this point, my agent's like, that's for you and Jared Goff. Like, it's going to be you two. So at that point, I knew I'm going 1 or 2, which was kind of bizarre. So draft night comes, and I'm like 90% sure I'm going 2, but there's still that 10% chance as the Rams are officially on the clock. I'm like, am I getting this call? I don't know. And they used, I think, all 15 minutes just because why not? And Jared went first, and my phone immediately rang. And I'll never, that's such a surreal moment walking. Like, we got to pick our walkout song, all that stuff. So I'm walking out to Flyover States by Jason Aldean in Chicago in the big amphitheater. And my family's there, friends are and just, I see North Dakota State banners, like all sorts of stuff. It's just like the most surreal moment going to shake Mr. Goodell's hand. And life's never been the same really ever since. And so very surreal moment. I still, even talking about it, I get goosebumps just knowing like how much life changed and just what that moment meant to me. But yeah, and then it's been a journey ever since that moment.
Got 2 comments from that story. Number one, unbelievable story. It's crazy to me that even leading up 15 minutes when they're on the clock, you still have no idea if you're going 1 or 2. I think that's kind of cool. You're spot on seeing North Dakota State, because I'm assuming you're the highest drafted ever out of that school. So you and you're a North Dakota guy, man. It's built into you. So it's like you're putting these guys on the map. And then Jason Aldean has a walkout song. Badass. And is that still a thing? Walkout songs for the draft?
I think so. Like I put a lot of thought into it. Like when they're like, what do you want to walk out to? I'm like, well, thanks for letting me pick. And so like I still can like feel that when that song comes on, like I get goosebumps. Like I loved the song at the time, but like what it even meant to me in that moment, like coming from a flyover state, like here I am, going to this next level. Like it was more than just a song to me. And so I still know every lyric to that song, and it has a weird special place in my heart, so to speak. So it was a surreal moment for sure.
There's one guy we can't ask. We need to call Troy, because he's at the draft every year now. You always catch him on TV, man. He's always got the guy. He's always got 2 or 3 guys in the top 5, man. Freaking love that guy. Are you a country music guy? I mean, is that what you listen to?
Yeah.
Growing up, I mean,
growing up, believe it or not, I didn't really listen to country. I had like a life transformation when I went to college. Like I listened to rap and garbage. Like I don't know why. It's bad. So like anything pre-2011 that's rap hip hop, like I shouldn't know, but I know the lyrics. Like it's not something I'm proud of. But anything post 2011, once I graduated, I was like, this is behind me. Now I'm all in on country and really worship. Like it's like all I play now. And so yes, I'm a big country fan, and big, different worship artists and stuff.
That's awesome. So you go number 2 overall. Philly, North Dakota to Philadelphia. I mean, how was that transition? Yeah.
Transition for sure. I think, praise God, I had a good support, system around me between friends and family and even agents and financial advisor and different things. Was able to find a house on like 25 acres, about 35 to 40 minutes from work in South Jersey. And I just was like, this is it. Like it was a little older houses, all these things, but I'm like, just that space kind of was like my sanctuary out from the busyness, and similar to what we were talking about, just finding that kind of escape. Found that and just was like, and I loved it. So I could go out to eat downtown, 45 minutes away, be home, and I killed like 4 whitetails off of that property right up my 100 yards from my back door.
Right outside Philadelphia.
And so you'd never know it, but right there in South Jersey. So it was fun. It was without a doubt a different experience. The media, just all the things that come with playing in Philly. It was definitely a lot, but I felt I had my head on my shoulders, and my faith really kept me grounded to kind of just navigate the storms, and had plenty of ups and downs there. And met my wife while I was playing there, and got married while I was playing there. Had our first daughter while I was playing there. So life was happening fast being there, and I made a lot of connections, a lot of friends, both from the team and outside of football there. Still love that place in a different way, without a doubt. It's still a special place, and I grew up a lot there too. So thankful for the time I had there. It ended abruptly and ended quickly and all sorts of things, but that's kind of just the nature of this business, and I've learned that now a couple times, and so grateful for the time I did have there.
And you kind of just hinted on that a little bit, and there's a few reasons why I wanted you on the show, right? I mean, number one, outdoors, and you believe in it, and I think you have your reasons to go outdoors, which I think is super cool. But adversity, man, I mean, you think about farmers every single day. It's not like they get up and say, hey, I'm not going to go to work today. I'll catch it tomorrow. Number one, I've always said it's like, especially during COVID, farmers were never brought up during that. It's like, if I could just, hey, farmers out there, I want you to turn the tractor off for 2 days. Like, that would be a huge issue.
Yeah.
And it's like, so in natural disasters, weather, the consumer, hey, I kind of want to go organic, or I don't want to, this has too much sugar. Like, adversity every single day. And like, you've had to deal with that. Like, how do you overcome some of that stuff, especially in Philadelphia and just really along your whole career in the NFL right now? Like, you're facing it every single day. What are some things that you do to kind of overcome those challenges?
I mean, I'll be honest. Without my faith in Jesus, like I'd have no chance. I'd turn to lots of different things, and even with my faith, like, I'm a human being. Like, I have real emotions. Like, things are tough. Like, when I ended my season because of my knee injury and we won the Super Bowl, like, I was ecstatic for the team, but I still had to like walk through some things, just like, because it was bittersweet. Like, I dreamt of that moment. I dreamt of being in a Super Bowl, standing on that stage holding the trophy, but I was in my street clothes. And so for me, that was just a unique experience that I had real human emotions, but my faith is the only thing that's kept me grounded. That's like, okay, God, like, this is your career, that my life is yours. And it's just been a constant thing of just fully surrendering and trusting his plan. And some people don't like that answer. Some people don't like to talk faith, and it's the cliche thing, but it's been real to me. Like, it is the only thing that's sustained me. And I've seen God show up in big ways. And I just say, okay, God, whatever you have in this moment, whatever door you're opening, let me be obedient to it. Whether it's what I want, did I sign up? Did I think at this point in my career I'd be a backup? No, but here I am. And that's the door God's opened, and I'm going to make the most of it and worry about tomorrow. And so trying to be the best teammate I can be, the best man I can be, the best husband and father I can be. And I'm not perfect. I'm going to screw up plenty of times, but just trying to continue to learn and grow and get better. And so without my faith, I don't know what I would do in those moments. I think I can see why people turn to the wrong things and can abuse the wrong things when they don't have that foundation of faith in Jesus. So without that, I'm grateful that God got a hold of me when he did, and that I've had an incredible support staff to kind of help keep me grounded and keep me focused on the right things.
Where did you find that I'm calling it a passion for your faith? Like, was that? I mean, was that instilled in you by your parents, or is that something?
So growing up, we did go to church a little bit, but it was never real to me. If I'm being honest, because sports were our lives. My brother and mine growing up, like, it was just, that's what we did. Like, we were good in school, but I think in some respect it came easy to us, but it was like, we just want to play sports, and so we needed to excel at school so we could excel, on the field, and that's kind of just how we did everything.
You had a 4.0 GPA. I mean, that does not need to go unnoticed. I mean, the dude's smart,
but it was just kind of like everything was school and sports and friends. Like, faith was like, okay, maybe I'd pray before a baseball game, but like, I used God as like a good luck charm. Like, okay, help us to win, or, it's just like, was naive to what that meant. But once I got to college, Had a teammate named Dante Perez who was one of the backup quarterbacks, was a senior quarterback, and I don't need to go super in depth, but we sit down and we're stretching my very first practice. And he's like, "Hey, bro, have you ever read the Bible?" And I'm like, I'm trying to like learn these plays. My head's spinning. I'm away from my family for the first time ever, but it hit me like, and it struck me. And long story short, him and I met that whole first semester, read the entire New Testament together, and he just kind of mentored me in what it looked like to be a follower of Christ, and kind of my perspective of who God is and who Jesus is. Was kind of flipped on its head, and just like that became super real to me then. And I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful for a handful of other teammates and mentors I've had along the way. So I'd say that freshman year of college, my life was just like, I was never a bad kid. Like, I was a good kid. I did the right things. Like, I thought I was a Christian, but it was never really real to me until my freshman year, when I just like finally read the word and recognized what Jesus has already done for us and what grace meant and what it looked like. And it was, I'm grateful for that God got a hold of me when he did. Doesn't mean life got easy. Doesn't mean, still had plenty of adversity, plenty of things, but my foundation through those storms was completely different going forward.
And that makes a lot of sense. And I can tell you feel strongly about it. And you mentioned it earlier, like that year that you got hurt in Philly, won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And you were balling, right? I mean, what was, when you were playing the record, was it 2 losses? I mean, what did you?
So, yeah.
And I'm interested. I mean, because it's raw emotions, and like, you're still a human being. Like,
Yeah.
God, I mean, how did it feel when y'all won the Super Bowl? And it's like, man, this is.
It was awesome. So it was one of those things, and I'll never forget the moment of like just absolute jubilation with my teammates. Like when we win, like everybody running out there, like all of those things, and like even going on that stage and holding the trophy. Like, I'm by Nick Foles, and Nick's holding his daughter. And I'm still super close with Nick, even though some people always wanted to make it out like we had drama. Never.
Okay,
like,
so y'all don't hate each other.
No, him and I love each other. Still talk to this day, and all those things. I'm like, this is awesome. And then we go into the locker room, and I'm just like sitting at my locker, just like, and processing everything, and like just like these real raw emotions of like, will we ever get here again? Like all these things of just like, this is my dream, but here I am. Everybody else is in their uniform. I'm wearing sweats, and it's just like I had to process that, and like not to take away any of the joy and excitement that I got to experience, because like I was still a part of that team, but the real emotions of like wasn't out there, like, and I helped us get there, but I wasn't there, and like all those things, and I still wrestle with it a little bit to this day. But it was just kind of, again, that here you go, God, like just open hand. Like that's what I ultimately had to come to, is just like, this is God's purpose and his plan. I don't know why, I don't get it, but I'm just gonna surrender it to him. And so still pumped that we have a Super Bowl ring and all those things, and I was part of an incredible team and a special moment in history, but still was just a real raw emotion that I had to walk through, and haven't had that that experience yet since. And so one of those things that just like it hit me in the locker room after that game, and had to navigate it those next weeks after.
Hey, now you think about where you're at now, Kansas City, you might have a pretty good chance of having that feeling.
Would love that.
You had Jason Kelsey with Philly. Now you got Big Trav here in Kansas City. I mean, well, give me the rundown. You've been here a month now, but how you feel with your stop here in Kansas City? I mean, you feel good about the team?
Yeah, feel really good. Coach Reed's somebody I've always, respected and thought highly of from afar. Never getting a chance to work with him, but just, I don't think you'll find many people in the world that'll say, anything bad about the guy, and especially as players like that I talk to, just like everybody loves and respects who he is as a coach, as a game planner, play caller, all those things. And so really respected and kind of held him in high regard from afar. So getting a chance to come in and work with him, even though it is in a backup role, and work with Pat, who's, at the top of this league, without a doubt, and so to kind of see kind of how they do things, and just be a part of it. I'm might be the second or third oldest guy on the team, so I've seen a lot, and so I provide some insight in some different capacity to young guys, and just whatever my role can be to help, to serve, to learn, to grow, all those things. And so again, wasn't maybe the plan I had in my journey, but I'm excited to still be here, and just help however I can. And it's an incredible football culture. It's an incredible organization. Obviously, they've been doing some pretty good things, and it seems like it's ran really well, top down. And you don't see that everywhere. I'm not gonna lie, you don't see that everywhere. So that was something that was important to me coming in here and making the decision to come spend the whole year here. Obviously, last year just waited and waited and waited, and I wasn't on a team until November. So, I'm pumped to be here this year and help however I can.
You've got a new fan base too. You talk about
Yeah.
the Swifties have come in hard for
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs. Was that part of your decision? Like, hey, I'm going to Kansas City because Taylor Swift now?
Without a doubt,
You've got the 3 daughters. And...
No. Respect everybody's opinion. I don't think my daughters even know any of her music. Again, we just pretty much play worship, and now kids' music is the other thing that I play. So we'll see when that time comes. But right now, they're still so little. They don't really know much of those things.
I do. We need to add into this episode because he claimed he's the second or third oldest guy on the Chiefs. And I know it's James Winchester, Kelsey.
Travis is older, and James. There might be.
So you're in there. You're in
I'm
the
for
mix.
sure one of the 4 or 5 30-plus-year-olds.
Yeah, you're the old guy on the team.
Without a doubt.
And that'll be interesting too. I mean, obviously you've got a relationship with Pat. Like, is that something that you think? I mean, how has that been? He's been great on the field, right? I mean, you hit it right on the head. He's probably the best in the National Football League, even though Josh, I'm going with you, but Pat, the numbers don't lie. But how's that relationship with Mahomes been so far?
It's been good. Yeah, it's been good, and I'm excited to. He's obviously, like you said, he's established himself clear as day, and I'm just excited to kind of see his routine, especially once we get in season and how he processes and things, and just be a sounding board, and not only on the field but off the field. I got 3 little kids. He's got two now. He's been married, I think 2 or 3 years now, maybe, and so whatever I can do to help him and any capacity, and I'm going to learn from him too, without a doubt. And so it's been a good relationship so far, and we'll see kind of where it goes and all of that stuff. But I'm going to be there supporting him both on and off the field, and kind of be a sounding board and whatever I can be to kind of help him out.
I'm pumped to see you this year, really, and I think number one, when your time gets called, you're going to be ready to ball out. Like, I know that, but you bring so much more to the table as a leader. You really do. And just the short time I've known you, it's just been cool to get to know how you lead as a teammate. And that's something that people sometimes don't realize. Like, teams need that too. It's not like you bring a Carson Wentz just to come and play ball. It's to lead a team too. So I'm excited to see you play this year for sure.
Appreciate it.
So when you think about off the football field for Carson Wentz, like, what's next for you? I mean, you've got the hunting show. I'm sure you want to continue to grow that. I mean, what else? You're trying to work on the golf game right now, obviously. But what are some projects that you, in your mind, have on a what's next basis off the football field?
So we got 3 little kids, 3 little girls. So that is priority one, and just trying to raise them as best we can in life and all that stuff. We have a foundation with the A01 Foundation that does some really cool things. It's really threefold. We help build a sports complex in Haiti. We started a food truck in Philly that's now in Indy that goes around and gives out free food. This is the short version of it. And then we also have an outdoor ministry that takes kids on hunting, fishing trips, and it does some really cool, incredible stories. And these kids, are going through life-threatening illnesses or challenges or different things. Really all over the Midwest we do that. But everything is Christ-centered. So every single one of these experiences is going to be a physical, tangible blessing, but they're going to be prayed for. We have a team of people on the food truck that come out and pray with people. We give out devotionals and Bibles and different things. The same thing on these hunting and fishing trips. Like, these kids come in, they do the hunt. Whether they've gone hunting 1,000,000 times in their life or never have, which quite frankly, the kids that have never gone, those are like my favorite stories because they're just like eyes wide open to we just had a kid go to our Indiana farm last year from inner city Indianapolis, and he shot a monster buck. And I was like kind of jealous because I'm sitting in LA, but I'm like, this is awesome. And he just freaked out, because I'm like, this is what we want to do. And he's had some incredible challenges in life and illnesses and just some stuff that many of us would never think or that we'd experience in our lifetime. And so that's what it's all about. And so we have that foundation. My brother runs that. We do some really cool things. We're looking for that to continue to grow. So have my hand involved in that. My wife and I as well. We have a couple farms. Would love to maybe, continue to maybe buy and sell some farms and kind of develop some farms and do some different things in that capacity. But can only get my hands busy in too many things while I'm still playing. When I do officially hang it up, I will stay busy in many capacities along those lines. And so we've developed our couple farms and kind of continue to improve them with food plots, trail systems, clearing of stuff, you name it, habitat and enhancement, and would love to kind of do that on the side as well, to help other people to, buy and sell investment type stuff. We love it. So we'll definitely be doing some more of that.
Ag America, man, that's perfect. 2 reasons: Ag America Giving, Ag America's foundation. I love that aspect of your foundation on just bringing these kids outdoors. And we've talked about it all show. It's like these life lessons you live outdoors is something that you can carry on for your whole life. That's so cool. I love the fact, you want to be a farmer after football. You can admit it. It's cool. I love that. I think that's fantastic. And we want to continue to help you grow in that aspect of it. Dude, I've appreciated you being on the show today. I really have. I think it's so cool to learn the Carson Wentz off the football field. And you're a great family man. You're a great leader of men. I can see that just from day one of meeting you. But you get it. And yeah, you're from North Dakota, but you said straight up, it's like, man, I come from the city of North Dakota. And like, I'm kicking myself not getting outdoors sooner than I did. And you understand kind of what we're trying to do at Like a Farmer. It's like, guys, this is a true lifestyle. I'm not trying to sit here and just bring farmers on the show to talk to us about commodity prices and weather and equipment and agriculture. It's like, I'm bringing people on that associate themselves with this lifestyle because they want to be in it. And it's unfortunately a lifestyle that's been overlooked for a long time. And it's like, how can I push this lifestyle to really the whole world?
Yeah, without a doubt.
So I appreciate you coming on, man.
For sure. No,
really
thanks for having me.
And guys, that's it. As always, continue to follow along on this journey to support our farmers. Continue to like, comment, share, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to be like a farmer.